Hello dear students, today we are going to start heat transfer part 3, which is based on graphs asked in previous JE 2002 to 2019, and subtopics Newton laws of cooling as a function of time, and Stephen's Boltzmann's law. Yes, we'll move to the first question. Here JE main 2009 offline question, which is based on thermal currents. So you can see this question here. A metallic bar is carrying heat from one end to another end under steady state. So the variation of temperature, here it is theta naught, along the length x of the bar from its hot end is best described which of the following figure, which of the graph, and theta and x. So always theta and x are linear. We can show this one like this. Let me consider a situation in which a rod is there. There is a rod. This rod, let me take the temperatures at one end is T1, it is T1, and here it is T2. One end is T1. Now we want at a particular temperature. See here, it is saying that temperature theta along the length x. That means I want theta here. It is at a distance of x from this one, right? From one end, it is at a distance x. Okay. Now here let me consider R1 is the thermal resistance, and K is a coefficient of thermal conductivity, and the area of this area equal to A, and total length of the rod is given as L. So this is the given data. So thermal currents, as T1 is greater than T2, T1 greater than T2. So thermal current will flows from T1 to T2. Of course, we know that is passing through T1 to T2. Then the thermal current in the rod is given, as in the earlier classes we discussed. Thermal current equals to dq by dt, dq divided by dt, which is we can write a T1 minus T2 temperature difference divided by thermal resistance. This I can write thermal resistance in case of steady states, right? Now I'm going to write a thermal current for this part, x parts, till this part, right? I'll take out that here, from that part I'll take. So T1 theta, right? This length is given as x, right? Thermal resistance is R1. You can see this part, whatever the part is there, that is T1 to theta, I'm taking out and placing here T1 theta R1 and x. Fine. Now I would like to write a thermal resistance for it, or thermal currents. So how I can write thermal currents? See, temperature, the thermal current flows from a T1 to a theta, like this. So I can write here now thermal current equals to dq by dt, which is nothing but a dq by dt, temperature difference. See, T1 minus theta, T1 minus theta, because the flow of heat is from T1 to theta, divided by thermal resistance R1 simply. Or I can write now R1 into thermal resistance equals to T1 minus theta. Or rearranging this equation, we can write theta equals to T1 minus R1 into thermal resistance, right? Where we know that this is nothing but the theta we got. But already once you go back here, what is the thermal resistance? We can write thermal resistance L, total length divided by coefficient of thermal conductivity into area of cross section. This is for total rod, thermal resistance for total rod. Similarly, for the part of this rod R1, if I want to write R1 equal to, we can write as this is L, you can check it out, L by K into A. Similarly, L means here X by K into A. K into, I'm not taking X and A areas are same, and there is no change in the material, coefficient of thermal conductivity will be same. So that R1 equal to X divided by K into A. Hope this is clear, right? Now what I'll do, I'll take this and substitute in the equation here. Already we got thermal resistance. This is an equation number 1, you can take an equation number 2. Take this and substitute in the equation. So substituting, I substitute substituting, we'll get theta minus T1, theta equal to T1 minus, here I can write T1 minus T2 divided by thermal current expression divided by L by K into A into there's nothing but thermal resistance X by K into EA. Hope this is clear till this point. Now theta equal to, I'm writing a T1 minus a thermal resistance into R1. So here you can clearly check it out. Thermal resistance, this one, thermal resistance, and thermal resistance, sorry, thermal current is T1 minus T2 divided by L1 into K into A, and R1 is the thermal resistance for the part of it. So R1 is X, simply I substituted. Now we can after cancel, this is K, K, A get cancelled. So what is the final expression we'll get here? Theta equals to a T1 minus a T1 minus a T2 divided by L into X. It is nothing but X. So you can see I brought this equation in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. If you compare this equation, y equals to mx plus c. Comparison, if you take c, now I'll write the same equation in this form, in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. How I can write, you can see here. Now theta equal to, I'll write T1 minus T2 by L into X. This is nothing but y is equal to mx. Fine. This is nothing but negative sign is there here. So theta is equal to minus of plus T1. That's all. It looks like theta is equals to, that is y is equals to mx plus c. If you compare that one, it is giving a negative slope. See, m is equal to slope. If I compare these two equations, let me take it as A and B equations. If I compare A and B equations from A and B equations, we'll get m is equal to minus of T1 minus T2 divided by L, which will gives the negative slope. It's nothing but what? Negative slope will be getting. And T1 is a positive. This is nothing but a positive intercepts. We'll be calling positive intercept on y-axis, right? That means it is like y is equal to mx plus c. So it is clearly indicating that negative slope. So theta and x, there is a negative slope. Only the appropriate answer for this question by the equation is D option, right? Hope this is clear. So negative slope means this is continuously. As we are moving, x is increasing, theta will decreases. X increases, theta decreases with respect to a distance. Just you can see once how I did this question. So we took a metallic bar, right, of already given one end and other end. Each are given T1 and T2. We took T1 and T2 are the ends, and K is the coefficient of thermal conductivity, and theta is nothing but temperature at what one particular point. The variation of theta, this is theta along x. That means x we took it as the distance from one end to the point at which we are measuring. Now here theta 1 is greater than theta 2. Now thermal current already we discussed in the previous classes. What is thermal current? So I wrote thermal current expression. In this one, thermal resistance L by K into A. Then so I started writing thermal resistance for this parts where T1 and theta are the temperature at both the ends. R1 I got it as X by K into A. Is nothing but area of cross section. Again from here I wrote thermal currents. Thermal current is T1 minus theta by R1, from which just rearranging the equation, theta is equal T1 minus R1. So R1 into thermal resistance. Once I get this equation, then what I did, R1 and thermal resistance I substituted and get cancelled. We are getting a cancel. Then we finally getting an expression, theta is equals to T1 minus T2 by L into X. So which we are arranging in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. So from which again I am comparing y is equal to mx plus c and theta is rearranged. I am showing slope. This is nothing but slope. Slope is nothing but negative slope. Negative slope. So clearly negative slope is possible only in a D option. Hope this is clear to all. Let us see. Okay, now we'll move to 2012 offline, which is based on Newton law of cooling graph, right? Now, according to this question, a liquid in a beaker has a temperature at theta at t degrees that is theta at a time t, and T naught degrees is at a temperature of surroundings. T naught is the temperature of surroundings. Then then according to Newton law of cooling, what is the correct graph between log E theta minus theta naught and its T value, means time. We want a graph between T and log of theta minus T naughts. So let us analyze this question. Now how we can proceed with this question. So first let me take Newton law of cooling. Newton law of cooling. So according to Newton law of cooling, we can write d theta by dt equals to minus k into theta minus theta. Already we discussed in the previous classes how we are getting this equation, right? Newton law of cooling. Now how to proceed here? Let me take d theta terms I'm taking one side, that is theta minus theta naught equal to minus a k into dt. Just integrating on both sides, integration to be done, because we require a log of theta minus theta naught and t value. So only the one process that we have to get integration, right? Integration to be done from where to where. Now let's theta 1 is the temperature. So temperature at t is equal to 0. Temperature at t is equal to 0. Here let me take a theta 1 is greater than theta naught. Theta naught is nothing but surrounding temperature, already given. You can see theta naught is surrounding temperature, temperature of surroundings. Then theta is the theta temperature at a time t seconds. Time t seconds. So three temperatures are there with us. Theta 1 is temperature at t is equal to 0, and theta naught is surrounding temperature. Theta is the temperature at a t seconds. Fine. Now we can integrate from theta 1, because t is equal to 0 here, to t points. So theta 1 to theta. So this is nothing but theta. Hope this is clear. Theta is the temperature at a t degree centigrades. Theta 1 is the temperature at a 0 degrees. Theta is the temperature at a t seconds, and theta 1 is the temperature at a 0 second. So 0 to t and theta 1 to theta. Hope this is clear till this point. Then our job is easy, because only mathematical part we have to do from here onwards, right? Now already we discussed here d by dx by x can be written as a log of base e x plus a c, integration constant. The mathematical part we are taking. So integration of d theta by theta minus theta naught can be written like this. I will write, let us see, log base e theta minus theta naught. So applying limits from where to where I have to apply theta 1 to theta, which is equals to minus a k into t. That's all. Then applying upper limit minus lower limit. Hope this is clear. Just I integrated this term, integration of d theta by theta minus d theta. It looks like a integration of dx by x. Now here applying upper limit minus lower limits, then I can write log of base e theta minus theta naught upper limit anyhow theta. Next log of ln theta 1 minus theta naught equals to minus k into t. You already know this one. Log of, just I'm rearranging this equation. Rearrange log of base e theta minus theta naught equal to minus k t plus this left side term I'm taking to right side. So log of base e theta 1 minus theta naught. Hope this is clear, right? Now again I'm bringing this equation in the form of, if you carefully observe here, I'm bringing this equation like y is equal to mx plus c. Able to see clearly? I'm bringing this in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. So now let us see, y is equals to mx plus c, and whatever the equation we got here, I'll write log e theta minus theta naught equals to minus kt plus log of base e kt log of base e theta 1 minus theta naught. Fine. Here if you take this term is nothing but a constant. So comparing with the equations above, so this term is nothing but a y. This is y. This is constant. Here a slope. So this part is giving what? A negative slope. Negative slope. when you compare the above equation. Hope this is clear, which is an equation of straight line. This is equation of a straight line. So when you compare both the things here, you can see when you're comparing equations, then correct option is negative slope. Negative slope means this is giving a negative slope. Fine. Negative slope of the equation log of base e theta minus theta naught, which is taken on y-axis. Clearly you can see I am taking this is on y-axis. Next minus kt, kt is on x-axis, plus the constant we are writing the log of base e theta 1 minus theta naught. So here I can take this point is y equal to mx plus c, mx plus c. Here this is nothing but completely y. This is y m, right? It's nothing but mx plus c. This is nothing but constant c. So when you are comparing this y, I am taking x. X is nothing but a t. X is equals to a t, and m is nothing but a slope, which is nothing but negative of k, constant, which is nothing but negative slope. Hope this is clear. I hope this is clear graph. So what I did, only mathematical parts from here onwards. First, according to Newton law of cooling. So from Newton law of cooling, if you take, so d theta by dt equals to k minus k into, right? So this is already in the classroom. We discussed how we are getting. So according to the question, we are taking theta 1 is the temperature at a t seconds, and theta is the temperature at t seconds, and theta 1 is the temperature at 0 seconds. Now one should know the integration of dx by x is nothing but log e x plus c. So just rearrange this equation, d theta by theta minus theta not equal to minus k into dt. Then we proceeded by applying upper limit and lower limits, and again rearranged this equation. We got this final step, and we'll be representing with the equation of straight line. Equation of straight line, right? Y is equal to mx plus c. So what is y? What is x? And y we are taking on what is y we are taking on y-axis? This is nothing but y-axis. We got it as a log of base e theta minus theta naught. This is nothing but y, and mx plus c. So I mean something. I hope this is clear to you all. So let us start the question here. It's given in 2013 offline based on Newton laws of cooling graph. A piece of metal heated to a temperature theta naught, theta, and allowed to cool in a room which is at a temperature of theta naught. Then the graph between temperature T and the time T, temperature capital T and a small time t. So we require a time capital T, temperature, and small t. Okay. Now just directly we can take a Newton law of cooling. So by Newton law of cooling, all right, Newton law of cooling, if I take a rate of cooling, just now we take the formula here. See, Newton law of cooling, d theta by dt equals to minus k into t theta minus theta naught. Same thing I'll take here. You can see now. I'll take this equation, d theta by dt equals to minus k into theta minus theta naught. Here it is nothing but k is a constant, and d theta by theta is nothing but a rate of cooling. It's nothing but rate of cooling, as we discussed here. You can see this question. It's nothing but rate of cooling. D theta by dt is rate of cooling. In the manner here also, it's rate of cooling, right? Now instead of theta, what I'll do, I'll substitute like this: d capital T divided by dt small t equals to minus a k. Just I'm trying to replace theta. Theta is capital T minus theta naught. Hope this is clear, right? Now the same process as we did in the previous sum. So just a dt by t minus theta equals to minus k into dt. Just I rearrange the equation. Just you can see theta t minus theta naught is taken to LHS, and d theta to RHS. Now hope you got an idea. Now just we have to integrate from here onwards. So when I integrate on both sides, 0 to capital T, here is 0 to a small t, right? So just now we discussed integration of dx by x equals to log x, right? Plus integration constant. or we can take it as log base x. Now I can write this one log of t minus theta knots. So limits to be applied. Once you check it out, the question, okay. So theta naught to capital T. So we have to integrate from, otherwise theta to temperature theta to theta. So here theta to capital T, lower limit and upper limit. Simply I can substitute theta to capital T equals to minus k into T. Simply. Now applying upper limit minus lower limits. So ln, just ln I'll write log t minus theta naught minus ln, right? Theta minus theta naught. Instead of t, we are substituting upper limit and lower limit minus k into t. So it looks like ln log m minus log n can be written as log m by n, right? The same manner I am going to write. You can see here ln log t minus theta naught divided by theta minus theta naught, which is equals to minus a k into a t. Or simply, if I apply anti-log on both sides, I can write a t minus a theta naught divided by theta minus a theta naught equals to e power minus a k into t. Right? Now cross multiplication from here onwards, t minus a theta naught equals to, we can write a theta minus a theta naught into e to the power of minus k into t. Or at 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 a t is equals to, or some more simplification of t equal to theta naught plus theta minus theta naught into e to the power of minus k into t. Hope this is clear till this point. So we got t is equals to this part. Now what we have to do, just when t is equals to 0, we'll try to substitute when t is equals to 0, small t is equals 0, then capital T is equals to theta naught. Here e to the power of 0, this complete term will become 0 when t is equal to 0. At a t is equal to infinity, for a long time, again theta is equals to theta naught. Theta will becomes what? Theta naught, initial temperature. That means if I plot a graph here, you can see when I plot a graph, fine, here at a theta, so almost for example, this is nothing but a theta. So when t is equals, that means theta is equal, t is equal to 0, it has to touch this one, this point like this. So here t is equal to time t is equal to 0, capital T is equals to time t equal to 0, capital T is equals to theta. It is matching. And at infinite time, when it is infinite time, theta naught is when t is equal to infinite time, right? So the graph should not touch here. It is gradually decreasing from t. That means as the time is increasing, the temperature of it is gradually decreasing, right? So which matches with the option C. Hope this is clear till this point. Just you can check it out once. We did previous question as well as this one. Same model, same method, Newton laws of cooling. The Newton laws of cooling, d theta by dt equals to minus k into theta minus theta naught. Then just I am replacing with theta with the capital T temperature. Then rearranging the equation, integrating on both sides. Then applying upper limit and lower limits. Then t is equals to, we are getting theta naught plus theta minus theta naught e to the power of minus k into t. When temperature t is equals to 0, then temperature t is equal to 0. You can see piece of metal is heated to a temperature theta naught when it is allowed to cool to room temperature. Theta naught is nothing but surrounding a temperature. When t is equal to 0 means it is nothing but a theta naught temperature or theta temperature. The graph between t, capital T and small t. So we can correlate with the equation to this particular graph is nothing but C. Hope this is clear to you. Now we'll move to the next question, which is given in JEE Main 2019, 8th April morning online, Newton law of cooling. So let us take here in the question, two identical beakers A and B contains equal volumes. So let me take two identical beakers, 1 and 2. Two beakers are there, A and B, right? Contains equal volumes of two different liquids. Equal volumes are there of liquids. So let me take equal volume of two different liquids at 60 degrees each. So 60 degrees centigrade, 60 degrees centigrade, equal volumes V and V. Volumes are same, V and V. So equal volumes over A and B, two beakers A and B, equal volumes of two different liquids. Two different liquids are different. Okay, let me take A and B, different liquids, different liquids, different liquids. Right, 60 degrees each, and left to cool down. That means they are allowed to cool down in the surroundings. The density of A is given. A density of A, let me write a density of A. That means first liquid is given 8 into 10 to the power of 2 kg per meter cube, and a specific heat is given. Specific heat of A liquid, let me take it as A liquid, is 2000 joule per kg Kelvin. Specific heat, hope you know that, right? Specific heat. Okay, the amount of heat required to raise the temperature to 1 degree centigrade. So this is nothing but here density B is given, density of its specific heat of A is given, and a liquid B density is given. So density of B equal to 10 to the power of 3 kg per meter cube, and specific heat of B is given. Specific heat of B equal to, right, 4000 joule per kg Kelvin, joule kg Kelvin, right, which is the following describes a temperature versus time graph. Temperature versus time graph. Assume that emissivity of both beakers are same. Both beakers should be same. Right, from Newton laws of cooling, if I take Newton law of cooling, right, dt, the rate of cooling, the magnitude of rate of cooling is inversely proportional to 1 by m into s, where s is the specific heat, m is mass. So in the last classes we discussed how we got this equation, right? Proceeding with this equation, now I can write a dt by d small dt is proportional to 1 by m into s, 1 by m into s, or we know that density is equal to mass by volume, right? Mass is equals to density into volume. Simply he is already given that volume is a constant, same. So that means I can write mass is proportional to rho. That means instead of mass I can write here dt by dt, that is rate of cooling, is proportional to 1 by rho into s as equal volumes. Now let us calculate for rho into s. That means if this increases, rho into s, rate of cooling will decreases. Let us check it out based on that concept, and we correlate or maps this one with the graphs. First, rho into s for A. If I calculate, density of A is given here. If you see, density of A is 8 into 10 to the power of 2 kg per meter cube. That is 8 into 10 to the power of 2 kg per meter cube into specific heat of A is given 2000. Let me substitute 2000 here. Then we can get 16 into 10 to the power of 5 SI units. Next, similarly, I'll calculate density of B, rho into S for B. So density for B is 10 to the power of 3 kg per meter cube given 10 to the power of 3 into S. S is nothing but a specific heat, that is into 4000, 1, 2, 3. Then what I'll get here, 4 into 10 to the power of 6 SI units. Then if you can clearly observe here, right, density, that is rho into S for A equals to 16 into 10 to the power of 5 SI units. Next, rho into S for B, if you see, 4 into 10 to the power of 6 SI units. Hope this is clear. So comparison, I can say that rho S of A greater than rho S of B, right? As just now we discussed. So d by dt by dt is inversely proportional to 1 by rho into s, right? As here, this is for A if I take A. Similarly, rate of cooling for B if I take B equals to 1 by rho into S for B. right? It is inversely proportional. You can once check it out here. So rho into S of A is greater than rho into S of B. It means it will be opposite to that one, right? So rho into, I can write here dt by dt of rate of cooling of A is greater than rate of cooling of B. So here it is very clearly we can say that these are the slopes, right? So slope of A is greater than slope of B, which will matches with the option. You can see slope of A is greater than B. So this will be the correct option. The slope of A, slope of B is greater than slope of. Hope this is clear till this point. Here dt by dt of A is greater than, here it is nothing but dt by dt slope of B. So correct option is nothing but B. So how I did, just you can check it out clearly, right? Using Newton laws of cooling. Newton laws of cooling for two different liquids. You can check it out. Volumes are equal. These are the two volumes. 60 degrees. 60 degrees. Temperatures are different. Temperatures are same, and they are different liquids. When there are different liquid, densities are different. Whenever different liquid densities are different. Now density of A is given. Dense specific heat of A is given, and density of B is given, specific heat of B is given, right? According to Newton laws of cooling, dt, rate of cooling, is inversely proportional to product of mass and specific heat. Here already given that density is equal to mass by volume, or mass is equal to density into volume, and already volume is same, then mass is directly proportional to rho. So from that one, we derived one equation relating to rate of cooling, rho and S. Then we calculated the values of rho into S for first liquid, rho into S for second liquid. Then we compared these two. Then we are getting rho into S for A is greater than rho into S for B. From that, we finally given a conclusion that the rate of cooling from A is greater than B, which is nothing but slope. We can see that from the graph, it will matches with the B option. Hope this is clear till this points.